Tassa to Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to start a new sutta, which is called Yasoja Sutta. It's quite long, but somewhat interesting sutta. So it was a story about one of the famous monks in our sasana, Venerable Yasoja. So it had an incident that the Buddha sent them away because of making big noise. So right, I will share the screen, right? Stop. Hope you can see the screen now.
Yes, we can see the screen.
Yasoja. Yeah. This is sutta. Right. So we go to the commentary also. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we go to the commentary. So just give me 1 minute. I will go. Right. So now this is a long sutta. It's a very nice story. So anyone is willing to translate at least a few paragraphs, we'll see. We'll translate up to here. Atako Bhagava Savatyang Yatabirantang. Up to this part, from here till the beginning, from here to there. Anyone is willing to translate? One.
Bandia, from where to where?
It's starting from here.
Yeah,
To
Bante, I think you're sharing a different document. You're sharing a different document.
You cannot see?
No, we're not seeing what you're pointing at. So we're seeing the Atthakatha.
Oh, really?
Yes, Bante.
I think I have to start again. Oh, okay. Now you, okay. Now do you see Udanapali?
Yeah.
Right. Right. So from here to here. Guys. No, not this one. This starting from here. Over. Huh? Nice guy. Yatabhidantam Viharitva, is that right? Bhagava Asmanta Anandang Amantesi. Yeah, up to here. Yasojo bhikkhu atako ayasma yasojo, what up to here. Right. So these 2 pages. Anyone is willing to translate?
So Bande, maybe I will try.
Okay, please tell it. Go ahead.
Yeah, for some sentences I'm still not clear about that.
We'll
Okay.
together.
Okay. Evam Mesudang Ekang Samayang Bhagava Savatiyang Viharati Jedavane Anata Pindikasa Arame. This have I heard at one time the blessed one was dwelling in the Jedavana at another Pindikas monastery near Savatthi. Tenakobana Samayena Yasoja Pamukhani Panjamatani Bhikkhu Savatthi Anupatani Hundi Bhagavandang Dasanaya. At that time, 500 monks reached to the Savatthi. The 500 monks took the Yasoja as a chief, reached to the Savatthi to see the blessed one. Tedako Aganduga Bhikkhu Nevasike Hi Bhikkhu Hi Sadin Patisamodamana Sena Sanang Banya Payamana Pada Jivarani Pati Samayamana Ujasata Mahasata Ahisum. These visiting monks were while greeting with the residential monks, preparing their dwelling place, setting their bowls and robes, while making loud noise and big noise. Maybe great noise.
We can say higher noise and big, louder voice.
Now noise I translated for the Ujasata.
Okay, right.
Athako Bhagava Ayasmandang Anandang Amandesi. Then the blessed one called the Venerable Ananda. Te Panede Ananda Ujasata Mahasata Kivada Mane Macha Vilobedi. Ananda, what are these loud and great noise, which is surely like a fisherman plundering the fish. Itani Bande Yasoja Pamukhani Panjamatani Bhikkhu Savathin Anubadani Bhagavandang Dasanaya. Those 500 monks took the Yasoja as a chief, or reached to Savatthi to see the blessed one. Te Aganduge Bhikkhu Nevasike Hi Bhikkhu Hi Sadim Padisamodamana Senasana Panya Payamana Padachivanani Padisamayamana Ujasata Mahasatati. These visiting monks, while greeting with the residential monks, preparing their lodging dwelling place, setting their bowls and robes, while making loud and great noise. Tena Nanda Mama Vajanena Devi Ku Amandehi Satha Ayasmande Amandedi. Well, Ananda, please call these monks. Please call these monks with my words. The teacher serves you. Evam Bande Tiko Ayasma Anando Bhagavato Padisudwa Yena Devi Ku Terupa Sangami. Yes, Bande. Venerable Ananda replied to the blessed one and went to those monks. Upa Sangami Toa Devi Ku Eda Voja, having approached, having gone, said this to those monks. Satha Ayasmande Amandedi, the teacher serves you. Evam Vusodi Ko Devi Ko Ayasmado Anandasa Padisudwa Yena Bhagavate Rupa Sangaminsu. Yes, friend. these monks replied to the verb Ananda, approach to the Blessed One. Upasangami Dua Bhagavandang Abhivadeva Ekamandang Nisidinsu, having approached the Blessed One, paid homage and set at one side. Ekamandang Nisine Ko Devi Ko Bhagava Eda Davoja. Having said at one side, the Blessed One said this to those monks. Kinudume Bhikkhave Ujasata Mahasata Kivada Mane Machavilopedi. Monks, what is a big no, sorry, what are these loud and great noise?
Purpose. Kimattang nutulattu. For what purpose?
Okay, for what purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, what are these loud and great noise? For what is the purpose? It's like fish, certainly it's like fisherman planting in the fish. Ewan ude ayasma yasojo bhagavandang eda davoja. When this was said, the verbal yasoja said this to the Blessed One. Imani bande panjamatani bhikkhusadani savatim anubadani bhagavandang dasanaya. Bande, these 500 monks reached to the Savatthi to say the Blessed One. Teme akanduka bhikkhu nevasigehi bhikkhu hisatim padisamudamana sinasanani Panyabhayamana pada jivarani padisamayamana ujasata mahasatadi. These visiting monks were greeting together with the residential monks while preparing their dwelling place, sitting their bowls and robes, making loud and great noise. Tachata Bhikkhave Panamehi Wo. Please go, monks, please go.
Go away.
Okay, monks, please go away. I allow you to go away. Now, wo mama sandike, what happened? You should not live in front of me. A1 Bande, sorry. A1 Bande di Ko Debi Kubagavado Badisudua Utaya Sana Bagawandang Abhivadava Patakinang Katawa Sina Sanang Sansamedawa Pada Jivaram Ataya Yenang Wajidena Jarikang Bagaminsu. Yes, Bande. These monks replied to the Blessed One, having arose from the seat, paid homage, and keep the Blessed One at their right side. Having set the dwelling place in order, took in their bowls and robes, went to the journey to the Waji. Waji su anububena charikang charamana yenang wakumuta nadi deruba sangaminsu. In the Waji, they are gradually wandering into the approach to the river Wakumuta. Upasangamitawa Wakumutaya Natiya Dire Panna Kudiyo Karitawa Wasang Upakachinsu. Having approached there, they build the leaves hut at the bank of the Wagommuta River and entered into the running retreat.
Okay, very good, Sally. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Nicely translated. Good.
Thank you,
I think
Bande.
you can read Sutta. Okay, sadhu, sadhu. So please keep on going and practicing. Try to read more and more. Very useful. So I think everyone could understand. It was a very sad story. What happened to a group of monks chased away by Buddha. We come to meet a Buddha for eons, wandering, and after they met him, we were chased away. So anyway, so it's a good ending at the end, but we'll try to understand if there anything to be done in this so far. Yashoja Sutang, Evam Me Sutang, Ekan Samayam Bhagava, Savatiyang Viharati, Jetavani, Anathapindika Sarami. We all know that. Tenakopa Samayana at the time. Yashoja Pamukani, Panchamattani, Bhikkhu Savatting Anupattani Honti, Bhagavantan Dasanaya. Now we can see what is the subject here. What is the verb? Honti. Anupattani Honti. Approached. Have approached. Who? What are subject? Because Tani, neuter gender plural. Subject should be neuter. This is a past participle. So neuter gender plural subject. Yashoja Pamukani, Panchamattani, Bhikkhu 500 monks, Panchamattani, about 500 monks, Bhikkhu Satani. Yashoja Pamukani, having Yashoja as the leader. They all ordained having Yashoja as their leader. Yashoja Pamukani, Panchamattani, Bhikkhu Satani. Approach where? A Savatting. For what? Bhagavantan Dasanaya. To see the blessed one. Te dekho agantuka bhikkhu nevasikahi bhikkhu hi sadding. Patisammodamana, Senasanani, Panyayamana, Pattachivarani, Patisayamana, Uchasadda, Mahasadda Hisu. It's a very nice sentence. So these also, the verb is Ahisum, subject is Agantuka Bhikkhu, visiting monks. Te either here. Sometimes either can have no meaning, but maybe it's here. They here, or maybe either have no meaning. These visiting monks, what were they doing? If you look in the sentence, we have ahesum, verb, and also we don't have any gerund, but we have participles. We have present participle, panyayamana, patisayamana, panyayamana, patisammodamana. These are the three we have. You can better highlight them. Patisammodamana, panyayamana, present participles, patisayamana. Then the sentence become very clear now. Right? Ahesum, they were. Uchasadda, Mahasadda. This is a predicate. So this is the verb. Agantuka bhikkhu ahesum. They were. They became whom? Uchasadda, Mahasadda. So this is Pakatikattu, Vikatikattu. Originally these Agantuka monks they started to make Ucha Sadda, loud, high voice. Mahasadda, very loud voice or big noise. They were making very large noise. Ucha Sadda, Mahasadda, Ahesum. This is a Bahubihi Samasa. Right? This is a Bahubihi Samasa. Uddang Gatattani Ucha Saddo. Yesante Ucha Sadda. Akarasa Akaran Katva. Samantato Pattata Vasen. Mahanto Saddo Yesante Mahasadda. According to commentary, Ucha Sadda means very high voice. Uddang Gatattena Ucho. Mahasadda means it spread all over. It was very high and it spread. Mahasadda. Ucha Sadda is hurry. So these monks became, now this refers to the monks, not to the sound. Ucha Sadda, Ucho Saddo Yesang. Otherwise, Ucha Sadda Yesang. Mahasadda Yesang. Mahanto Saddo Yesang. So this refers to the monks who were making the noise. The Agantuka monks were making noise in the air. When Patisamayamana, preparing or replacing, keeping properly. What were they keeping? Placing Pattachivarani, balls and robes. Panyayamana, preparing. What is the object of Panyayamana? Senasanani, their dwelling places. Placing their balls and robes and also preparing their dwelling places. Patisammodamana, greeting or having a friendly talk with whom? Nevasikehi bhikkhu hi sadding. Together with residential monks. So Teda ko agantukha bhikkhu, these incoming monks, visiting monks, while making greeting, friendly talks with the residential monks, while preparing their seats for their seniors and themselves, and also placing their balls and bags, they were making a huge noise. Atako Bhagava ayasmantang anandang amantesi. Then, blessed one, addressed, we know this sentence very well. Ayasmantang anandang amantesi. Addressed Avinva Anandang. Called him. Kepanate Ananda, Ucha Saddha, Mahasaddha, Kevatta, Manye, Macha Vidopi. So these kind of usages are very common in Pali, in suttas. We need to get used to these kind of usages, right? So here, we look Manye, Kepanate Ananda, Ucha Saddha, Mahasaddha, Kevatta, Manye, Macha Vidopi. We cannot see a verb here. Some of the cases, Manye can be a verb. It can be Manyati. Manyati can be called as Manye. It's like optative singular. Manye, right? But here the meaning was given via like. It's a meaning. It has a meaning. Manye is like. Via. So we have to put the verb honti. Ananda. Ke honti. Who are they? Ke honti. Panate. So those. So this te doesn't have a meaning actually. Ke panate ananda uchasada. Now we can say Ke panate ananda uchasada. Who are those monks? Te. Te uchasada mahasadda ke vatta manye mache ke panate. Ke. So who are those? Who are those making a higher noise and a louder noise? Like kevattas, fishermen. Kevatta is fishermen. Like manye, kevatta manye, macha vilope. Macha vilope means the plundering, it's translated plundering of fish. Macha vilopa is a plundering of fish. So in sometimes when they have caught fish, they divide it among each other. So in such places, some would say, "Oh, you steal, you gave him much bigger portion," because they go to fishing together. So they have to distribute it equally. So in some places, there is favoration, lot of favoration going on. So when the favoration going on, there is a lot of arguments. It's considered as plundering. So in a fish distribution place, fishermen, like the fishermen in a fish plundering, it means in a fish distributing place, while the fishermen are stopping the plundering, like they want to make it equal, they make huge noise, they shout with each other, argue with each other. So this kind of a thing. So who are these ones who make a big noise, loud noise, in like the fishermen in a fish plundering, right? Etani bante yasoja pamukani now whenever Anand is answering, yasoja pamukani panchamattani bhikkhu satani savatting anupattani Bhagavantan dasana. Now whenever Anand is relating a story from the beginning. Etani, this is the adjective. Yasoja pamukani bhikkhu satani. Those 500 monks having Yasoja as the foremost. Verb is anupattani, honti ahesum, right? Approached. Where? Savatting. For what? Dasanaya Bhagavantan. To see the Blessed One. Tete agantuka bhikkhu nevasikehi bhikkhu hi saddhing patisamodamana senasanani panyayamana saddhing patisammodamana senasanani panyapayamana patta chivarani patisamayamana uccha saddha mahasaddhati. So here te ete. Here the sandhi should be te plus ete. We know that the second pronoun has no meaning, so we can say those. Those agantuka monks, right? Is what it says. Those agantuka monks. So here we don't see the verb, right? Mahasaddha ahesum honti. Here also we didn't see anupattani honti ahesum. Mahasaddha ucchasaddha ahesum. those Agantuka monks are making the huge noise while preparing, keeping their balls and chivara, preparing their senasana, and also while greeting with the residential monks. Tena Hananda Mama Macharina Te Biku Amantehi Satta Ayasmante Amanteti. Then Venerable Ananda, then Ananda, Tena Ananda. Mama Macharina Te Biku Amantehi, address those monks, Amantehi, call those monks. Te Biku, this is the object of Amantehi. Surmount these monks or address these monks, call these monks. Right, Amanteti. Mama Machanena, with my word. What is that? Say, call these monks, not address these monks. Satta ayasmante amanteti. This is his vachana with this word. Satta ayasmante amanteti. The teacher is surmounting you, calling you. Ayasmante. Dutiya, accusative plural. The teacher is surmounting you, surmounting you. Evam bhanteeti ko asma anando bhagavato patissutva yena bhikkhu tenupasankam. Venerable Ananda is subject, Patisutta is a gerund. Yenate bhikkhu tenupasankami. Approach those monks, we know this sentence. Patisutta, having replied to whom? To Bhagavato, the Blessed One. Venerable Ananda. Ayasma Ananda, Venerable Ananda replied, Evam bhante, yes sir. Replied to Blessed One saying, yes sir. Approach those monks. Upasankamitra, having approached, te bhikkhu etadavocha, said this to those monks. Satta ayasmante amanteti. The teacher is calling you. He said, call with my word. And this is the calling. Right? Amanteti. So he said, call with my word. And here he is telling, the teacher is calling you. Evam also, yes, Venerable sir. Kote bhikkhu ayasmato anandasa patissutva. Yena bhagava tenupasankam. The same way. While Ananda replied to Buddha and approached the monks, monks replied to Ananda and approached the Buddha. Evam also. Evam bhante become evam also. Kote bhikkhu ayasmato anandasa patissutva. Having replied to Venerable Ananda, those monks. Yena bhagava tenupasankam. Reach the blessed one. Upasankamitva, having approached. Bhagavantang abhivaditva, having paid respect to the Blessed One. Bhagavantang abhivaditva. Ekamantang nisidinsu. Said besides. Ekamantang nisinne kote bhikkhu bhagava etadavocha. Bhagava etadavocha. Said the Blessed One said this. To whom? Te bhikkhu. To these monks. Ekamantang nisinne kote bhikkhu. So said this to the monks who sat beside. Or we can say, while the monks sat beside, the Blessed One said this. Better to say, the Blessed One said this to the monks who sat at one side. Kinnu tumhe bhikkave uchcha saddha maha saddha kevatta manye maccha vilopi. So he's asking a question. Kinnu tumhe. So if you go to the commentary, we can see the meaning of this. Kinnute, kissanu, kimattang nuti attu. For what purpose? For what purpose? Kimattang nuti attu. Right? Kinnuti is kissanu, kimattang nuti attu. Then, what the Buddha was asking, for what purpose? Kimattam nu tumhe bhikkhu. For what purpose, monks? Uchcha saddha, mahasaddha, kevatta, manye, maccha vilope. Uchcha saddha, mahasaddha, ones who make high, loud voice. Kevatta, manye, like, why, for what purpose were you making such loud noise? Like the fishermen in a fish plundering. Evam utte ayasma yasojo bhagavantang etojo. The leader had to answer. Evam utte, when this was said, ayasma yasojo, Venerable Yasoja, bhagavantang etadavocha, said this to the Blessed One. Imani bante panchamattani bhikkhu-satani savatting anupattani bhagavantam dasana. This has been repeated third time. While the story was related, whenever Ananda was relating the story to the Buddha, now Yasoja is repeating the story to the Buddha. In those places, in the first place, you can see there is no pronoun. Yasoja pamukani panchamattani bhikkhu-satani. Right? Then whenever Ananda was saying, Tete etani bante Yasoja pamukani panchamattani bhikkhu-satani. Etani. Here he is telling imani bante panchamattani bhikkhu-satani. Savatting anupattani bhagavantam dasana. Imani. These one. Imani bhante panchamattani bhikkhu-satani savatting anupattani bhagavantam dasana. So then te me agantuka, te ime agantuka bhikkhu. So whenever Ananda was saying te ete bhikkhu, those monks. Second pronoun refers that those monks are over there. Second pronoun we don't translate, but it indicates who are they. They were there. Te ete bhikkhu. So you can see here, we can see te ime bhikkhu. So those monks who are sitting here, te me is te ime here. Right, te ime. So we don't translate the second pronoun. It has a certain kind of a meaning. Those monks, ete indicated that they were there. Because whenever Ananda was relating the story to the Buddha, those monks were there. Now, whenever Yasoja was relating the story to the Buddha, they were sitting close by. So this second pronoun does have a meaning. It's not that it's completely null. We don't translate it. Here we can, in English, we can say those monks. We can say these monks. We normally say the second pronoun has no meaning. So, but it shows that this shows these monks the indicator, but this second pronoun shows that they were not over there, they were somewhere else. This pronoun shows they were sitting close by. Te me agantuka bhikkhu nevasikehi bhikkhu saddin patisammodamana senasanani panyapayamana pattachivarani patisamayamana ucha saddha mahasaddha. Same thing was repeated. I think we can understand it. These visiting monks, while preparing their, sharing friendly greetings with the residential monks, while while preparing their senasana dwelling, and also keeping their ball and robes, were making high voice and loud voice. Then the Buddha said, Gacchata bhikkhave panamehi vo. Go away, Gacchata. Bhikkhave, monks. Tumhe Gacchata, you go away. Panamehi vo. Panamemi, aham. Panamemi. Panamemi means send away, chase away. Doesn't allowing to stay close by. A teacher can do panamana to a student. He can do a panamana. It means, according to Vinaya, if the student is very stubborn, the teacher can do panamana that he cannot take the acharya. He cannot make him as acharya. And also he can send him away from his building, but not from the monastery. Entire monastery you cannot send away. The teacher can send him out from the like the building he's staying. Doesn't let him to come into the room. That is possible. That is called panamana. So Buddha chased them. Here in this case, they went away from the monastery. Panamemi vo. Vo is accusative plural. Here. That is the object of panamemi. Object of panamemi. Navo mama santike vattabhang. Vattabhang. It is a we call it's an active voice verb, active voice 1, right? But actually, why it is say active voice? Because it's an intransitive. Intransitives cannot have passive voice, right? It's active voice still, but it is should be written like a, like the thing is, it's not, the thing here is, it refers to the verb. It's a bhava sadhana actually. Vasati is intransitive. Vattabhang, it's very difficult. Should be, dwelling should be done. Dwelling should be done. Na, dwelling should not be done by you. This is instrumental plural. This is accusative plural. Mama santike, close to myself. So you should not dwell close to me. For example, if we write a normal sentence, tumhe, if the same thing, tumhe mama santike na vasati vasatu. May you not dwell close to vasata tu antu hita vasata. You should not dwell close to me. So when we make it passive voice, I mean passive, actually there's no passive voice being intransitive, right? So yeah, example, we make a very simple sentence. It's easy. Puriso bhikkhu bhagavato santike vasati. Bhikkhu bhagavato santike vasati. The monk dwells close to the Buddha. Now we want to make it a passive. We cannot make it a passive actually. It becomes bhava sadhana, abstract, because intransitive verbs cannot have passive voice. So vasita, vasati become vattabha. Vattabha. Right? So what happens? Because it became bhava, subject become instrument. Bhikkhuna bhagavato santike vattabha. So this becomes should, right? For example, vasatu, may the monk live close to the Buddha, right? Can you see the screen still?
Yes, we can see it completely.
Okay. Bhikkhu bhagavato santike vasatu. May the, if we use it as may or should, right? Because imperative case can have many meanings. The monk should live close to the Buddha. If you want to make it another way, dwelling should be done by a monk close to the Buddha. Dwelling close to the Buddha should be done by a monk. That is how we can translate. Maybe there is another better translation for that. So here, when this became bhava sadhana, subject became instrumental. So likewise, vo is tumhehi, the meaning, instrumental plural. Mama santike vattabha. Ne vattabhang, should not live. So we normally translate, you should not dwell close to me. Because here it's accusative plural, here is instrumental plural. Evam bhanteti ko bhikkhu bhagavato patissutva uttayasana bhagavantang abhivadektva padakkinam kattva senasanam sansamitva pattachivara mada yena vajji tena charikam pakkamingsu. Evam bhanteti ko te bhikkhu bhagavato patissutva. Te bhikkhu, those monks, having replied to the blessed one, patissutta, Jaran, evam bhant, yes, venerable sir. Uttayasana is also Jaran, having stood up from the seats. Bhagavantang abhivadetva, having paid respect to the Buddha. Padakkinam kattva, done the circumambulating, populated around the Buddha. Senasanam sansamitva, having prepared or having cleaned or made it properly arranged the lodgings that they have prepared. Pattachivara Madaya, having taken the patra and balls and robes. Yena Vajji Tena Charikam Pakkaminsu. Yena Vajji Tena Charikam Pakkaminsu. Where there was Vajji, Tena Charikam Pakkaminsu. Charika Charati. Yena Vajji Tena Charinsu, we can say. They wandered there. Charikam Pakkamati. Charikam Pakkamati means goes for a trip, wandering. Right? Charikam Pakkamati. Usage normally. Vajjisu, in Vajji, in the district of, or in the city of country of Vajjis, Anupubbena Charikan Charamana. While wandering, Charikan Charamana, while wandering, right? So we should take it as a one meaning. Charikan Charati means wander. Charika, while wandering gradually, like from city to city, Vajjisu, Anupubbena Charikan Charamana, Yena Vandumuga Nadi. Where there was the river called Vaggumuda, Tenupasanga approached there. They approached the Vangumuda river. Upasankamitva, having approached Vangamudaya Nadia, Tire, Pannakatiyo, Karitva, Vassang Upagachinsu. Right? Upasankamita having approached, Karitva is having approached, right? Te Bhikkhu. These are the monks. Right? The same verb coming. Te Bhikkhu. Te Bhikkhu Anupubbena Charikan Charamana, Vajjisu Charikan Charamana, Yena Vangamuda, Nadi Tenupasankaminsu, Te Bhikkhu Upasankamitva, having approached Vangamuda Nadi. Vangamuda and Nadia Tire, in the bank of Tira is bank of the river Vaggumuda. Pannakutiyo Karitva. Kuti means dwelling places. Panna is from leaves. They made their kutis with leaves, and Vassang Upagachinsu entered into the Vassa rains retreat. Right. So we'll see later what happened to them during the Vassa. It's a very nice story. Yeah. So this is up to here. Now they were sent away by Buddha because of making loud voice, and they went to Vajji from Savatthi. Yeah. So anyone if you have any questions, we can discuss now.
Yeah, hi Bhante.
Yes, Dr. Right.
I have a question about that's a question. It's a sentence. Ke panete ananda opya satta mahasatta ke vata manye machawilopeti.
Yeah.
It's in that question. So Bhante, you said that the panate, then the te doesn't have any meaning.
In the beginning, I thought like that. Ke panate ananda ucca saddha mahasaddha ke vatte mani. I think it has a meaning. Though, who are those?
So it should be.
Yeah.
So it should be bana plus ete, right?
Yeah, ete. Sure. Not te, ete. Yeah. Pana ete. Ke pana ete. So not te. Sorry for that. Ete ucca saddha mahasaddha. Those who make big noise and loud noise, who are they? Yeah. It is connected to ucca saddha mahasaddha. Yeah. You're correct. It has
So
a
in
meaning.
fact, I think we can see. I think we can see the parallel structure in the following sentence as well, right? So here we have ke ete, and the next we have te ete,
Yeah.
which is the answer to this question.
If you take it
Right.
like that,
So and then
then te has no meaning. No meaning means it is not to be translated, right? It has a meaning. It indicates those who are sitting there, because in grammatically we say two pronouns are there. Second pronoun is just a word. So it's clear that it also have a meaning. It indicates where they were. So if you take it like that, okay, those who are the ones who make that loud noise over there. So ete indicates that they are over there.
Yeah. So but then that means when the question is K8, so K is the interrogative pronoun and 8 is the demonstrative pronoun, right, Bante? So I mean, it should have a meaning, right?
Yes.
So because it refers to those monks.
Yeah, no, thing was, when we have a grammatical rule, they say, if two pronouns come together, the second pronoun doesn't have a meaning. So what I feel is, it is not completely out of meaning, not like that. It is an indicator. It indicates that these, who are they who are making loud sound over there.
Right, Bante.
Like in this
And then
case,
the other question.
in this case, when the answer was given, those over there, they over here. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, Bante. And then the Bante. And then the another question is also from that sentence. So the word manye.
Yeah.
So manye here. So how did you translate that word again, Bante?
Like via.
So it's just via.
Yeah, that's how I came into understanding, because you see here, you can see so this is a direct translation of the sentence. Kevatta manye vatta vilope, kevatta via macha vilope. So when we read the translation commentary, this is how we match. Kevatta is kevatta, macha vilope is macha vilumpane, manye is via.
I see. But then, Bante, so in the Pali Myanmar dictionary, there is one entry for the word manye saying that it is basically the satami. So it's manye yang actually.
Correct. So
it means so if that's the case, then should we translate it as the I would imagine?
yeah, it has such an idea. That's why it is a Saptami Vibhati, but later on it seems like it is being used as an indeclinable. That's how I feel. But technically it should be Saptami. It can be third person, first person, second person, even A of the Saptami. So in the beginning I was also thinking like that before reading this. Like it may have such a for example, we talk about Sia sometimes in Yamaka, right? Sia. We have a very famous verb called Sia, Saptami Vibhati. Sia is translated as Ekache in Yamaka. So likewise, personally feel manye should be it's easy to translate, grab the meaning when we say as via. This is what I feel. But when you technically go, manye should be Saptami. This is also Saptami. This is also Saptami. So some would say would be Siya Vedana Kandu, Siya Sanyak Kandu. So the Lady Shadow says that grammatically the entire edition says Ekache Vedana, some part of the Vedana, part of Sanyak. So So here manye is mostly come as I would consider, so as you said, is like I would feel, I would consider, something like that. But the direct translation is given like this. So we need to find out why, how the historically this evolved into this place, and why the commentator gave. Because we have, when we read the commentaries, we find two stages of translation. Now this is the explanation of the commentary. It says what is this Macha Vilopana, and what is this why, who are the Kevattas, what is that incident. It has been explained till here. Patisedana Patisedana Uchasadasa Honti. Evamete Bikuri Daseti. So these monks are like this. So what is that incident? This is up to here. This sentence is a direct translation of the commentary. So when we have such a of the sutta, if we have such a sentence, we normally say Kevatta is Kevatta, Macha Vilope is Macha Vilopane, Manye is beer. That's how normally we read the commentary. This is a different part. This is a different part. This is a direct translation, word by word translation. This is an explanation, the commentary reading. So that's why I gave it as beer. Then it's easy to translate. But as you said, when we go in to find the how the word was constructed, we find is optative, singular, singular word. It can be all the three persons according to grammar. So we can say sometimes that I would consider my consideration, something like that. But because of the commentary, I went into the word like.
Right, Bante. But I mean, if we just stick to the grammar, then we also should be able to translate that sentence clearly, right, Bante? So it should be like Ananda, who are these who are making a loud noise or great noise? I would think of fishermen in a fish blunder.
Yeah, makes sense. Like his consideration, I would consider them, right?
Yeah.
I would consider them like fishermen. Yeah. Should we? If we take it as a life, then we have to add a verb, right? It's not a verb otherwise.
Right, Bante. Yeah.
Yes, Kale, go ahead.
But according to Tipitaka Bani Myanmar dictionary, they took the many as like a via, the same meaning, like a keto, they said. Uvama Jodakani Pada Keto who Myanmar Pianyadi. That means the many they also translate as like a via.
So, Ryan, Dr. Ryan, which is the dictionary you are referring to?
That is the Pali Myanmar dictionaries.
Tipitaka Bani Myanmar dictionary.
Okay.
So then here is clear mention is like they can be in the Myanmar translated Kido. Kido is the same meaning as a via.
Upama Jotaka Nipada, right?
Yes.
So
Nipat.
I think it's better we go with that because it's easier then. Otherwise, it's like, but till I read this commentary, I was also going like Dr. Ryan, like make it a verb, and I would consider that something and such. That's how I was translating normally. But when I get into this, and it was very clear that it is a direct translation, so that's why I translated it, and the translation became more easy when we had that word. But at the end, we had to put a verb here.
So Bande, if we say I would consider, that means this money is like
optative.
Is which case?
Optative.
Optative. No, but the optative I think is A should be third person singular.
No, all three can.
No. According to the dictionary, this is a young. This is atano para.
Yeah.
A can be all three persons.
Two forms, Sally.
Can be all three persons. Mostly it is third person, but it can be all three persons. Special case.
Oh, yes, yes. One time you mentioned that. Yes, I got it.
Yeah, okay. Any other things to discuss? We take it, then we have to put a verb here. We take it as via. Ke panate ananda uchadam. Yeah. Honti. But I think this is a secondary meaning for sure. Originally, manye had come as optative first person singular. That's for sure. Then later on, it has transferred into as it is taken as a in decline. That's how I personally feel.
Okay, thank you.
That's
thank you,
why.
Bhante.
So when like the Myanmar Tipitaka dictionary it mentions like the figurative speech.
Yeah, figurative. Figurative is Upaman, right?
Yes, here is Uvama Jodakani Pale.
So what I mean is, Sally, in the beginning, this would have been an optative case for sure. This is optative case for sure. So manyati is think like, think as, something like that. It's very close. Like when you consider someone, it's based on thinking. So first it would have been, I would think like this and so forth in the ancient times. I mean, not while the Buddha was there. Then later on, this has turned into have such a usage. That's how I personally feel like. We have to take it as we take it as we are now. But if you historically trace its evolution.
That's okay. So according to the PTS dictionary, they also said it sometimes they use as an adverb.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions or discussions?
Yeah, also in the concise Pali English dictionary, it says that word means I imagine.
I imagine, right?
I imagine or me think.
Yeah, that should have been original meaning for sure. So, any other discussions? So, shall we go for the next translation, or what do you think? There will be not much time to explain, but we can translate, right? And we can do
Bhante,
the.
you don't go to Atthakatha?
You want to go to Atthakatha?
Okay. Yeah.
Which place? Yes, yeah. Please. Please.
Tande, could you please expand the Yasoja and reference the stories from the beginning?
Yeah. You want to explain it?
Yeah, I mean, why do they want to see they want to see the Buddha.
Ah, okay. So I think Siale Suko has a question, right?
No, it's Banyachari first. I will take a question later.
Okay.
But,
So this
yeah.
is about the story. So these monks were, you mean the story, right? They were, there was a one monk during the Buddhasa Buddha's times. He was dwelling in a forest. Pittipasan, Katapandasa, behind the rock, large rock, there was a leaf kuti. One monk was dwelling, maybe a very highly spiritual monk. At that time, 500 Sora had stolen, had plundered the village, and who was plundering the villages, right, naturally, for their living. Having done that plundering, were chased by a huge group of monks, I mean, people. So they were running away. So they entered into the forest, and they found that there was no Gahananga Patisarananga. There was no place to hide. There was no refuge. Appasanta, without seeing any refuge or hiding place. Avidure Tambikum Asane Nisinam Diswa. Having seen that monk who was sitting on the rock, Vanditwa Tang Pavating Achikitwa. Having paid respect and said the incident to the monk. Ammahakam Bhante Patisaranam Hota. Please be a refuge to us. They asked. Tero, the Tera said, Tumhakan, Sila Sadisang Patisaranam Nati. There is no refuge for you like the Sila. Sabbe Panchasilang Samadhyata. May everyone observe Panchasila. Te sadhuti patisampati chitva silani samadhi. They observe Sila. Tero, the Tera said, Tumhe idani silesu patittita attano jivitam vinasayante supi ma manam padosi. While you are being destroyed, don't get angry. Please observe the Sila. The kakachupama within achik. There's a thing called kakachupama. Kakachupama is it in Majjhima Nikaya. You can read one day Kakachupama Sutta. Buddha mentions monks while thieves, a group of thieves capture you and tear you with a saw from both sides. Like they are dragging it from both sides and throwing you alive. Even at that time, if you get angry, you are not following my advice. So that was the Buddha's advice. So therefore, don't get angry for whatever meaning, whatever reason. They accepted sadhu. Atate janapada, tang sampatta ito chitocha gavesenta te chore disa sabheva jivta vor. They having come there wandering, searching for them and killed all the 500. Te tesu mano padesa mattampi padosa mattampi akatva akanda silang kalankat akanda sila kalankatva kamavachara desu nipatti. They died without getting angry because of their sila, without breaking the sila. They were born in the kamavachara devara. Tesu jetta choro jetta jevaputto ahus. The leader became the leader over there. Itare tasya parivar. Others became his retinue. They aparaparan sansaranta. They were wandering here and there in sansara. Ekang buddhantarang devaloke kepetva. They were wandering in devaloka only, from divine world to divine world, from custom Buddha's time to our Buddha. Ammahakam bhagavato kale devalokato chavitva. Having died from the deva world, jetta devaputto Savati Nagare Kevatta Gami Pancha Sata Kula Gama Jettakasa Kevattasa Putto Hutani. There was a 500 families doing fishing. So fishing. So he was born, the senior Deva was born as the son of the leader of the fisherman's village. Yasojotissa Namangata. He was called Yasoja. Itarepi, others also. Avasesa Kevattanang Hutta Hutva Nibbati. Others became the sons of other fishermen. They Pubba Sannivasena Sabhepi Sahayaka Hutva Saha Pansukilang Kilitang Tilanta, Anupubena Vayapata, they were very friends because of their past association, and they grew up. And Yashoda Desa go, Yashoda becomes the senior to them, the foremost of them. They Sabheva Ekato Hutva, Jalani Gahitva, Nadi Talakadi Sumache Bandata. So they all became fishermen and they were catching fish. So what happened? They caught one day a very golden fish and they offered it to the king. Then king thought, okay, the Buddha should know why this fish is so gold. Then Buddha was invited. Then seeing the fish, Buddha said, this fish was not a normal person. He was a very talented Dhamma preacher in the Kassapa Buddha's time. But thing was, he preached something very wrong against the Buddhist teachings. His mother and sister also followed him. His brother became Arahant. They were born in the hell. Somehow this person got released from the hell and was born as a fish because of his good practice as a monk behavior. His body was golden color, but his mouth had a very bad smell because he preached wrong Dhamma to the people. Then the story in another place it goes, he said Buddha made him to talk with his powers, and he said he will be born in a hell again. After he had explained it, the story says he was put in a huge tank. This fish hit the tank with his head by himself because of Kamma Vipaka, and he died. He suicided himself, and he was born in hell. So Venerable Yasoja and these fishermen saw this incident, and they became very sad and very sanvega or urgency. Then in the end, they ordained the Buddha, and then while they came to the Buddha, they made this mistake and they were chased away. Later, they all became Arahants. So it's a nice story. So this is their past life. It shows that very few things. Now think, during the Kassapa Buddha's time, they were thieves. And then they were born in the divine world because of their sila. And then when they came back, they again became son of fishermen. And they ended up being Arahants. So we can see how uncertain the world is, samsara is. Sometimes today, there are some people who are doing evil deeds, who may be Arahants even before us. That is possible. That is possible. No one would have thought that these 500 thieves would be Arahants in the next Buddha's dispensation. You would normally think, oh, these people would end up in hell. They have no future at all. That's how we think normally. But the potency, you cannot be just an Arahant in between two, just practicing in two Buddha sasanas. You have to have practice for eons. So they were good practitioners in the past, but they had become such evil people while the Kassapa Buddha was alive even. And with merit, they were enjoying divine pleasures in the previous life. And the last life, they were born as fishermen. We think, we have a mindset normally in Asian countries, if a person is a fisherman, it's a very low life and they are not meritorious. They are not very blessed to be born like that. But they had the potency to become Arahant and they had descended from the divine world. So they were enjoying divine pleasures in the previous life and they ended up being fishermen. So this type of story shows how the dynamics is so great that we cannot predict where would we end up and where would a person who is doing bad or good would end up in the end. The Kapila story, the fish, he was a very educated monk, but ended up in the hell and now became a fish, preaching wrong Dhamma. So he had all the skills, rhetoric skills. He was a scholar. The others who were thieves ended up being Arahant. The scholar still suffer in the hell. So this shows that how uncertain the samsara is, and it's the best way is to strive hard and work for your liberation. Maybe to a Buddha or a Pacheka Buddha or a Agga Savaka or a Mahasavaka or a normal Arahant, whatever the wish is, we have to strive because we cannot guarantee what would happen to us in this long dangerous, uncertain samsara. That's what I feel when I read this story. Yeah, this is how Venerable Yasodhara's past life was.
So Bande, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Bande, in the second paragraph, where is it? So those thieves went to the forest because there's no place to hide, and also there's, you translate the Bodhisarna as a refuge.
Yeah.
But I think the Bodhisarna here we can translate the shelter, no? Because I think the thieves, when they went to the forest, they are not trying to find the refuge.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
trying to
I
find a
mean,
shelter.
what I means, but it's refuge is a shelter. Yes, you are correct. What I mean was that.
Okay. Okay. I thought it's Buddha refuge.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Place to hide. Refuge to save them, like to save them, hide from, or maybe who could save them from the thieves, from the people. Any place or a person, whatever. A protection.
Okay, thank you, Bandi.
Yeah. Good morning, Bande.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Please come to the paragraph, the Pata Jivarani.
You mean commentary or?
Yeah, commentary. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So can you have me to explain that paragraph, because some words I'm not clear yet.
Long paragraphs, really. Which places you want to know?
Just paragraph from the Pata Jivarani come to
Yeah.
Ucca Saddha Maha Saddha Honti.
This one, right?
Yes.
Pachachivarani patisamayamana Bante imam me pattam tapeta idam chivarang ida halakam idam udakatumbang idam me kattaryatin iti evam samana parikkarang sangopayamana. So what does it mean by Patta Chivara Patistayama? It's not only Patta and Chivara, all the requisites of monks. This is what happened. Some would say, Bante, Venerable Sir, Imam me Pattan tapeta. Please keep my ball. Keep it somewhere. Help asking him to keep it because I want to protect it. Idam Chivarang tapeta. Please keep my robe somewhere. Secure it. Idam Thalakam, a plate. Because in the patta you have a lid, right? Lid of the patta is talaka. Idam udakatumbang. Udakatumbang means a thing, that vessel that they use to carry water. So please keep it somewhere. Idam me kattarayati. Kattarayati means how do you call it? That all people use for walking. How do you call it?
Walking stick.
Walking stick. Yeah, kattarayati. Evam samana parikkarang sanghopayamana. Gopeti means protecting. So they were keeping them in protective places because it's a huge monastery. Things can get lost. These things can be mistakenly taken by others, right? So that's why they were making it sanghopayamana. They were protecting. So they were placing them in suitable places. So when 500 people were doing this, it became a very huge noise. So all, please, at every part, please put tapeta. Imam me pattan tapeta, idam me chivaran tapeta, idam me kattalakan tapeta, idam me udakatumman tapeta, idam me kattarayatin tapeta.
Yeah. So the was Udda Katumbang is Udda and Katumbang.
No, Udaka and Tumba.
Oh,
Udaka and Tumba.
yeah. And there was a Kattarayati. What kind of was Bante?
Kattarayati, that is Katra danda we normally say. Katra danda is the walking stick. Katra yatti also walking stick. The word formation I'm not very good actually to be true. Can someone search Tipitaka Myanmar dictionary should have a. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at word formation. Sally?
Which one, Bande?
Katra yatti. Or Katra danda, whatever.
Katrayatin.
How to word
This is
formation.
small stick. It's katra plus yati. No?
What is the Katra? Katra
Katra
plus
is
yatti.
very small. Very small.
Because we have a limit. The stick should not be higher than, I think, 6 feet or something.
I
If
think
it is higher than,
Katara is walking is not small. It's because does it come from the root car?
walking. Normally we
Yeah.
translate Katra danda, Katra yatti.
So that is Kamara Raja Samasa.
That's why we need to find out what is Katra, Sally. I'm not sure about that. I know the meaning of the entire word, not the word by word.
Yeah, it's okay. But I will investigate later.
Okay, sorry.
Um,
Any more questions?
yeah, one more. Come to the paragraph ba. Yeah, bana me miti. Bana me. Yeah. Okay, come to here. Then come to dipeti. Yeah, dipeti.
Dipeti.
Yeah. Vasana ki chang naptiti dipeti.
Asana kichang nattiti dipeti.
Yeah, just only 4 lines. 4 lines. Yeah.
Ye no me mama santi vartabba. Tumme hi maya santike na masitabba. You see, this is a direct translation in commentary. Most of the place when you read a commentary, please keep in eye what is the. This is not common to every place, but in some places, this is a direct translation. Navo mama santike vartabba. Vartabbam explained by vasitabba. Na is na. Santike is santike. Maihang is mama. Wo is tumhe. This is the complete word by word translation into different parts. Then explanation comes. Ye tumhe madisassa buddhassa vasanattanam gantva agantva. Having come to the dwelling place of the Buddha like me. Right? You, now he's telling the relative clause, we translate at the end. Having come to the dwelling place of a Buddha like me, evang mahasaddham karota. Make such loud voice, right? Attano dhammataya vasanta king nama sarupang karissata. Sarupang, suitable thing, karissata, do. King nama sarupang. How would you do such suitable thing? How it is possible that you do suitable thing? Attano dhammataya vasanta, while dwelling by yourself. If you are making such noise even in front of me like a Buddha, why? Imagine how while you are dwelling alone, you should be like fighting or shouting and doing all these things. Tumha disanam mama santike vasanat pichang nattiti dipeti. Dipeti, this sentence illustrates the meaning of this detailed meaning is Tumha disanam mama santike vasanat pichang nattiti. Vasanat pichang means Vasana is dwelling, Kicha is action, dwelling. Vasana and Vasana Kicha, action of dwelling. It's dwelling. Natti. There's no dwelling of viewers. Tumha disanam. Like people like you. There's no dwelling of people like you, Mama Santike, close to me. Why this is genitive place? Because this is abstract meaning. This is Bhava Sadhana. Because of Bhava, this becomes genitive. Is it clear?
Yeah, very clear. But I would like to ask about the words. Dhammataya. So
Dhammataya.
Yeah, it's the yeah. What kind of suffix?
Dhammatha is
It's
Adita,
Tatita. Yeah, yeah.
Go into detail, I'm unable to explain why they put this Dhammataya. Normally, the rough meaning is Attano Dhammataya means dwelling by your own. Attano Dhammataya Vasati means dwelling by his own.
Mm.
Otherwise, we will get confused. What is Dhamma here? What is Dhammata? Is it like Niyama or something? So normally, this usage is while you dwell by yourself. While you are alone. That's what it means.
But why yes, Dhamma, why they put suffix here? Why they don't put about that another suffix?
Ta means, right?
Yeah.
I'm not, we have to ask this then. Because actually I'm unable to say why they put Dhammata. We would say it in a different way. So I will ask my friend then why it is Dhammata. Okay. I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Discuss.
Yes,
On
yes.
Monday also we are doing the same sutta, right? Please remind
Yeah.
me. I'll
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Sally.
Okay. Thank you, Bante.
So
Hi, Bante.
right, yeah, please.
So yeah, I guess so that it means the nature, right? So your own nature.
Attano Dhammataya Vasanta. Well, that also makes sense. Why you live by your own nature? Because when we come into a place like a Buddha, we have extra restrainment because of out of respect to him, right? But while we are in our room by ourselves, we dwell with our nature. I think it's a good translation. I think
Bante, I know.
it should be the translation. It's not should be alone. It should be in the end. It's in the end
Right.
they are
Yeah.
alone or whatever by themselves. But like when they come into a Buddha, this image shows that is a very deep kind of idea. When we come to a close to a person like a Buddha, we have an extra restrainment. We become extra careful. But while we dwell with our own nature, we are just dwelling freely. So Buddha is asking, how would you behave? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, it's a nature. It's okay because I know that is a Bhavatatita surface, but it's I mean, why it's and it's got sapita is feminine gender. Normally, it's feminine gender. What is sand here? They put a ta.
Dhammata is always feminine gender. So Ya is instrumental.
Yeah, I know. Because but ta is referred for what? Is they refer for what is they put ta? Because we have the Bhavatatita, we have another surface for masculine gender. So this the Dhammata Safita is for just only denotes feminine gender.
Yeah.
What kind of sense here?
I didn't get your question. Dhammata is a feminine gender noun. Yes. So what's the problem, Sally?
Yeah, problem it means that Dhamma is not the adjective. That is the noun. But if adjective is modified for the another word, it's okay. But they put ta. Here, this is supposed to be feminine gender. Should we know another word?
No need. Because it's not an adjective, it's a noun.
Yeah, it's not that is noun.
So
it's now why they don't put another suffix for masculine gender, but they put a ta suffix.
any noun connected with ta suffix become a feminine. Why masculine problem?
I mean to put here the become the Dhammata is become the feminine gender. So feminine gender should be denote what kind of words did they denote here?
Nature.
Yeah, the nature is okay. Yeah.
I didn't understand the question yet actually. Can you repeat it again one more time?
Yeah,
Dhamma
I
is
mean it's
masculine. Dhamma is masculine. Okay.
yes,
Ta suffix is feminine gender
feminine.
suffix, right?
Yeah,
So
yes,
we'll divide it.
yes,
Dhammatha plus ya.
yes.
Now what's the problem?
But plus yeah, not that.
Sorry. Right, okay.
So we have another suffix for ta, na, ya, side like this, but why they don't put a ya, ta, and another kind of word suffix, but here the commentary put ta, so ta is become the feminine now. So Dhammata become feminine now. So is this was modified for what kind of sense in this sentence?
Dumb. You are asking modifier, right? What is it modified?
Yeah. So you don't guess my question?
Actually, I don't see any problem here. I don't understand what you are referring to. I'm trying my
Yeah,
best
if
to
so,
see.
we could give up. Yeah.
Dhamma is masculine. So you can put any suffix. You can put ta, uttana, taya, whatever. It's no problem. You can put any other suffix also. Ta or utta. Uttha or uttana. Ya, whatever. Whatever suffix you can put. It's no problem. This ya is instrumental ya. So this dhammata is nature. Dhamma is thing. Dhammata is nature. By nature. While you dwell with your nature, how would you behave?
So
Okay.
I got this. I got this. But Vasanta is that is present participle.
Yeah.
Right. So that is modified for bhikkhu.
Dhammata is not a present participle. Dhammata is
No. Vasanta, Bante. Vasanta is present participle. It's the plural form. That is plural form, not feminine gender. So plural form. Plural form. So this Dhammata should modify. Did that stay?
Dhammata is a different noun. It's a singular feminine gender noun. Dhammata. It's not Vasanta. It's not modifying anything. It's a noun. It doesn't modify anyone. Vasanta modifies.
That is now itself. That is now itself. But I would like to know what it means. We can put ta, eta, tana, ya, and ka, any kind of bhavatatita here, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Can.
Okay. That is fine.
Okay. So,
Thank you, Bande.
okay. Okay, shall we call it a day then? We'll go into Monday. Before I go, I had a thought, like, I don't know how this, I just wanted to, during the Vasa, after we stopped the Udana class, like you to have do some practice in writing, because you have been reading the suttas now for a long time. If if you can, like you do the gathas with Venerable Vijitananda. I was reading the gathas also, very nice ones you were making. Some even praised me also. So really, in the gatha, thank you for that. So actually not a very secluded monk. I'm quite busy actually. So then I was thinking if you can write some small stories, like maybe 10 sentences, not in the commentarial way, in the sutta way. For example, we can explain in 5-6 sentences some small incident, like I went to the Buddha, had a discussion and talked to him, something like that. You can start writing in the sutta way. Like for example, while the Buddha was dwelling, ekan samayang bhagava savatyam viharati, tena ko samayena kopana samayena aham savatting yena bhagava tenupasankamitva sankami upasankamitva bhagavantang abhivadetva. So likewise, if we can make like 8 to 10 sentences about some once a week, about some short stories, you are going to get more and more into the sutta. We will find out what are the difficulties and how you can use your knowledge, utilize your knowledge. Because I was very happy with the way you were doing the gathas. So if you can make gatha, the next thing that we should develop is writing the prose. So there are 2 ways of writing the prose. The commentarial writing is one thing. Sutta writing is one thing. So we need to have first develop the sutta writing style, which is quite easy. You end up with a verb and you start with another gerund of the verb. So if we can do 20-30 such small stories, we can write ourselves like you make gathas. Surely you will be able to understand the word structure, how to use it, what kind of a mentality is there while making this sentence, how does it feel, all will be there. So I was trying to even I myself or Vijitananda can check it. If you can make it and post it on our group, Sutta reading group, or we can make a smaller group. Otherwise, the Sutta reading group has a lot of participants. It will be maybe it's a disturbance for them. If we can make a small group for Pali writing, we can include Bhante Vijitananda also, so we both of us can check and give you comments and improve the writing. While you are making the gatha, it's a good opportunity for you to do the prose writing. There are 2 types of prose writing: commentarial writing and three: commentarial story writing, commentarial writing, and the sutta type. So we can start the sutta type, I feel, during the vasa. So after we start the vasa, I recommend after we finish these 2 stories, Yashoda Sutta, and then finish the other sutta. I forgot that. Loka Sutta. After we finish the Loka Sutta, we can start some prose writing once a week or twice a week. What do you think about it?
So what kind of story will you
sounds good.
write, Bhante?
I will give some short every week. I'll give a short topic, so you can post it like you do the gathas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds very good, Bhante.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
then-
Bhante, it will be like a dog has 4 legs, 2 eyes.
No, not that. That is commentarial writing. I'm talking about sutta type writing, not the commentarial story writing. Like you end up with like a present tense. Ekan samayang ahang savatyang viharami. Right? You have to say it in a sutta way, not the commentarial way I'm talking. Later we can go into the commentarial style, and then we can also try to write how to write a commentary like this. For that we need to study the commentarial methods with Vijitananda, right? So then you can say, how do you make a samvandana? We can develop that skill also, right? After we study the 10 commentarial methods, you will get that opportunity to study. And because during the Vasa, that book is going to be made into English, all the 10 commentarial methods. At least 5 methods will be written. So you can have that book, and we can practice based on that. That is the last target: how to write a commentary. Second stage will be how to write a commentarial story, like the dog and all these. Right. First, easiest, because you have done the sutta now very well. We'll write the sutta pattern stories, like a narrative stories.
Good idea, Bande.
Okay,
Yeah,
right. So
yeah.
after we finish the Loka Sutta, we'll start.
Yes.
So I would prefer if you can make a sutta reading group. Only the ones who are ready to write, insert them. Then we can have it very, very small, and we can go further faster.
Okay, Bande.
Thank you, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu,
Thank
sadhu.
you, Bante. Sadhu.
Okay, all the best, and we'll meet on Monday.